Football 365 report that Tottenham Hotspur have already begun drawing up a never again action plan after narrowly avoiding relegation, with sweeping changes expected under new head coach Roberto De Zerbi. According to reports, the club hierarchy view the disastrous campaign as a warning sign that major structural and cultural reform is required if Spurs are to avoid another collapse next season. Despite securing Premier League survival with a tense final day victory over Everton, the mood around the club remains deeply uneasy. De Zerbi has reportedly made it clear that only a core group of players are good enough to stay, with the Italian planning a ruthless summer rebuild. One of the biggest talking points surrounds club captain Cristian Romero. The defender came under fierce criticism, of course, after initially travelling to Argentina during Tottenham's relegation battle, with former Spurs manager Glenn Hoddle and pundit Gary Neville both questioning his leadership and commitment. Neville labelled the situation a bad decision and claimed it highlighted a disconnect between players and supporters. Romero, of course, eventually returned to London for the decisive Everton clash, but speculation continues to grow that he could leave the club this summer amid interest from abroad. Reports suggest De Zerbi is prepared to move on high-profile players if he feels they do not fit the mentality required for the rebuild. In contrast, Mickey van der Ven has emerged as one of the few players to enhance his reputation during the survival fight. The Dutch defender was praised for his performances in the closing weeks of the campaign, with some reports suggesting he is now viewed internally as a future leadership figure at the club. Van der Ven himself admitted he was embarrassed Spurs had allowed the situation to deteriorate so badly. The wider rebuild is expected to include experienced additions, leadership changes and a stronger emphasis on squad mentality after Tottenham's alarming decline over the past 2 seasons. Suggestions in the media have included stripping Romero of the captaincy, reshaping the dressing room hierarchy and giving De Zerbi greater control over recruitment. De Zerbi, however, has insisted he remains fully committed to the club despite the chaos of the campaign. The Italian described survival as one of the greatest achievements of his career so far, and vowed that Spurs would learn from the humiliation of their near relegation.